10 ENTP life problems that you might relate. The life of the extroverted, intuitive, thinking perceiver is a constant internal roller coaster, with a calmness and also accumulated external covering, just like an M&M. We've gathered some of the day-to-day ENTP life issues. 1. The ADFGHZ assumed process. Verbalizing suggestions is difficult as thought procedures aren't direct yet based mainly on the organization. Nonetheless, there is no description for the remainder. 2. The hindering of ideas and also runaway sentences. Do you have a good friend that will stop mid-sentence to articulate an aggravation and carry on with an entirely new conversation? This leaves you baffled and slightly wondering where this subject originated from. However, wait, your ENTP good friend hasn't forgotten the discussion you were initially having for long. It will undoubtedly resurface, combined from the conversation they began after articulating an annoyance. It may or might not have actually been tied to the initial discussion in any way. Who understands? 3. All of the shed hopes, as well as fantasize. Hours, days, and often weeks are committed to making a dream occur. Some of them are writing a novel, repainting the best-looking oil painting you've ever before seen, or purchasing a home. Well, ENTPs fantasize largely and strive. Nevertheless, they fantasize commonly as well as hate passing up great ideas. So when a much better idea occurs, the very first lacks instant regret, abandoned. The remorse strikes months or years later on when you are doing something useless with your time. After that, motivated by a brand new idea. Till you realize it's an old suggestion that you allow dying. 4. Inquisitiveness, a continuous bunny hole. It is both great as well as horrible that ENTPs will certainly follow inquisitiveness to no end. While they aren't the only MBTI with this trouble or present, they are most definitely one of the most as well as the very least arranged in setting about it. While you may have numerous tabs open throughout research, the probabilities are an ENTP that will likewise have a completely different home window open for material that is being referenced extra frequently than the others. Without a doubt, one of the most successful utilizers of current Windows display handling functions. This grows for a consistent learner. A sensation of pride in finding out new things and also a source of inflammation for buddies who discover new points reluctantly. 5. Due dates and also time. A constant expression you can expect from any ENTP is, "I'll be right there," or "It's sis, I'm working with it right now." This lives next door to that pesky curiosity issue. ENTPs cannot stand to be anything less than specialists. So yes, they may be working on it now, yet you might never see how this connected the job at hand. And also, yes, they might be on their means, however, practically, isn't preparing yourself a step in being en route. Semantics is a weapon of ENTPs. 6. Talking on ideas. The combined thinking perceiving typically comes to light most when ENTPs are feeling incredibly extroverted, more on this later. A couple of minutes right into a conversation and the topic is precisely how the original idea is impacting culture, intellectual growth of humankind, as well as a little associated but several fascinating subjects that need examining the unseen points of life. Thoughts, dreams, as well as feelings, absolutely nothing is secure. 7. The most withdrawn of the extroverts. As offered in number 6, ENTPs love growing and also leading discussions, although it takes a lot of power. The ENTP will indeed commonly find themselves lacking the power to do on the level they think is to be expected or shed in assumed attempting to adhere to every person else communicating in the discussion. 8. The opposite of every little thing. The introverted extrovert. Analytical and understanding. Hardworking goal chasers lazy. Fully grown as well as childish. ENTPs operate in reverse. They wish to debate and also be right passionately, yet never suggest or make someone feel they were wrong to recognize something a specific means. It is through this balance of living in contrary modes of operation that ENTPs can stabilize being extroverts' frequently secured inner thoughts. 9. The ones individuals like to hate. Lots of imaginary characters have been crafted around the ideals of not beating around the metaphorical shrub as well as claiming what's on their mind. The personalities are enjoyed in reality, they are valued yet not invited to events. These are the ENTPs. They will spew out the reality and after that, discuss exactly how individuals probably see it in different ways. 10. There's constantly something much better. Life as an ENTP is a continuous pursuit for the next best thing. This goes hand in hand with allowing so many points most likely to go after another rate of interest. ENTPs aren't simply material to be web content. This brings about a range of points outside of serial goal chasing. When shopping, it's the constant anxiousness of obtaining the very best or most helpful, and also compromise is difficult. The same goes when composing documents. No daily activity is laid off. A simple job such as walking the pet dog ends up being a quest to discover the fastest, most convenient as well as the most reliable method to finish the job. We've drawn with each other some of the daily ENTP life problems. Well, ENTPs dream big and also functions hard. While you may have several tabs open during the research study, the probabilities are an ENTP that will additionally have a completely various home window open for material that is being referenced extra regularly than the others. The integrated thinking perceiving often comes to light most when ENTPs are feeling extremely extroverted, much more on this later. Life as an ENTP is a continuous mission for the next best point.